Hello, hello. All right. Welcome back. Welcome back. So, hope everyone is having a good night. If I adjust my camera here a little bit. All right. So, yeah, feel like it's kind of been a while here, but it's been pretty busy here recently. Went out of town this past weekend, and then been working on trying to get kind of a new kind of streaming overlay set up. And I kind of really like this new setup that I have. And so we'll kind of see. Uh, Also, hopefully the quality is good. I've been kind of messing with the settings as well. So we'll see. But yeah, a lot of cool things kind of going on, honestly. Got the new overlay set up. Also got a new kind of logo-ish. So I'll kind of just show you the setup here. So we have the main screen. We also have the kind of just chatting section here. And so you can kind of see the new logo there. But it looks pretty clean. Looks really clean. And then yeah, we have the different starting soon. Be right back. And of course, the main screen also positioned the camera a little bit differently as well. And yeah, so pretty cool. Pretty cool. Really like the setup a lot here. Also released memberships now for the YouTube channel. So the memberships have been pretty much available for like the past, I don't know, 3 or 4 months, but I just never really felt like it was the right time to release them. And so now, let me see if I can kind of show it here. Now I had custom emojis done, also cool loyalty badges as well. Let me see. Mm, see here. So I'm going to try to pull it up here so you can kind of see. Oh, what just happened? You can kind of see right there. So some cool emojis and cool kind of loyalty badges for becoming a member of the channel. So pretty stoked to release that. Like I said, it's been available for a while now, but I just never really felt like it was the right time to kind of release it. And yeah, now I feel like it's kind of time. Plus, I'm almost close to the 1,000 subscriber mark, which is insane. Absolutely insane. Like I think I have like 50 more subscribers to go until I reach the 1,000 mark. So kind of insane. Let's see Also positioned my camera kind of above me here in front of my monitor. So I thought the tripod that I had wouldn't work, and because my monitor where it sits at is beside my bed, and it's it sits about like 55 inches, and so my tripod that my camera sits on, I thought it only went up to like 50 inches, but it actually extends all the way up to like 60 inches. So yeah, but we're going to. Oh, look, I'm not even in a guild anymore. Well, that's a rip. That is a rip. I just noticed that. Well, do I? That expired. Of course, it expired. Let me go get my Villa buff here. Ooh, I need not to scratch that. Yeah, it's been a few. I feel like I need to bring this down just a little bit more. It's been a few days since I've actually been able to play, so I might be a little rusty. Let's see, Villa. Uh, hmm. I need money. Yo, thanks for the follow. Appreciate that. Did that just? Oh no. Technical difficulty already. Okay, I don't know why that keeps going off. Hmm. Oh my. What is going on? Ay ay ay. Nothing can ever go the way you want it to, huh? Why does that keep going off? I don't understand like what is clicked. Like it shouldn't. Oh my. Uh, well, I am sorry for the first the G kick, now this. Oh no. Well, I don't know why it keeps repeating itself. Ay ay ay. Oh, is it alerts? Let me see. Okay, hold on. Let me just. How do I mute this thing? Mute. Mute. That's muted. That's muted. 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 All right. What's up, Kevin? Hope you're doing good, man. Hope you're having a good night. Obviously, I am trying to figure out why that keeps going off. I mean, it stopped now. Let me see. I need to go back to my profile because that's actually YouTube. Boy, oh boy, oh boy. All right, go to widgets, no alerts. Let me go to alerts. Okay. So, oh, nope, it didn't stop. Thanks, man, you too. Leroy Jenkins. It's got to be, yeah, it's got to be with the bot rigs. Oh crap, I forgot to hit save settings. Volume. Volume. Ay, ay, ay. One of these days, I will eventually have the settings down. One of these days. Wish there was a way you can just turn off the alerts. I don't even have this even like technically in my OBS either. So I don't know why it's doing that. Unless it's through Stream Elements. Is it through Stream Elements? No. Way too many. Oh yeah, I didn't even fix that. Let's see. Go back out there. See volume. Volume. All right, so hopefully the volumes should be on 0 now. I don't know. We'll see. I'm hoping it's going to work. Ay, ay, ay. All right, let's see here. Let's go ahead and get this. Oh, I still didn't get my money. Collect my silver. Wow, look at that. 1.3 billion. Guess it's been a while since I've collected my silver. Kevin, are you playing Dosa? Are you liking Dosa? Bye. Okay, let's see. All right, I'm gonna go to. I'm not, but I'm interested in watching the gameplay. Yeah. Let's see. I think you can see my keyboard in the bottom right. It's actually really straightforward. Let me go ahead and pull up the combo as well. Also started at Gyfin's today. Here's how you do the spot. So actually, this is my loot in 1 hour. So I got up to close to 24,000 in 1 hour. Speaking of that, I need to go ahead and put this in the marketplace. What in the world? You saw that red, right? I'm not going crazy, right? All right, let's see. Let me go to open storage. I'll go and put that in there as well. And then let me pull, nope, this. Okay. All right, let me go ahead and get my frenzy droughts and we'll go ahead and start this. I'm already a little bit behind on schedule here. Ay. But yeah, it's super easy. Super easy. The combo is pretty straightforward. I'll pull that up here momentarily. Maybe. Let's see. Where's my notepad? Notepad. This one. Yeah. I'll put that like right above here. Perfect. Okay, I got 4 of these. All right, let me go ahead and repair my gear. We'll go ahead and hopefully me not being in a guild affects it. It might a little bit. All right, I'm gonna go play on some podcast here, just some white noise. All right. I'm just gonna do the Marnie zone here.
Won't leave.
Okay. Okay. All right. Ignore it and hopefully it'll go away.
Yeah. Shout out before we get going here to Bloodsy and D for gifting some memberships. Make sure you shoot a thank you their way. And what's with the Alu gamers? Because we got one from Metallic in the form of a super chat. What's with that?
Alu is how we say hello on Twitch. We're not. We're the outsiders over here in these YouTube parts.
Yes.
But back where I come from, we start every conversation with an Alu, which gives a nice emote of a little phone call. Alu. Yeah, okay. Alu rat jam. Okay. That's how we say it.
Learning.
Mm-hmm.
Loving Chris here saying, glad to see Preach finally giving Heroes of the Storm the attention it deserves.
Yes. I
Chris,
cannot believe that game still lives. It's alive.
I don't know if you got the note, Chris. We're not doing that show anymore. I've got some good news for you.
Yeah, I'm sorry to say. Last year, which is pretty damn impressive. You know, full-time Here's the Storm coverage. We kept it alive.
Well,
I can't believe it. That game's still live. I thought they'd shut it down, the whole business.
Yeah, still get a queue pretty much instantly. Like, as long as you don't go to as long as you don't go to the draft version. If you go to quick match, you get a game like
right away. Don't do ranked. That's
you'll be there a while.
I'll definitely try it out, guys. 100%.
Yeah, I look forward to it.
I believe that statement.
I look forward to reacting to your next Heroes of the Storm video. That'll be fun.
It's on the schedule for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Definitely on the schedule.
Do you have the clip, Garrett?
I do have the clip. Yeah.
All right.
I have no idea how long it is, so
all right, let's enter this.
It interesting. We're doing it live today.
Okay, let's do it live. All right. Well, I'm all set on my end.
Cool. I'm gonna start the recording on my end. Kyle, you got your back.
Let's
recording?
see. I think all my buffs are up and ready to go.
Episode 51, with,
Oh yeah, I've never checked out this podcast before, so we'll see.
Like one of the most requested ever.
What is it about?
2, 1.
It's about MMOs.
Is out to Taru gets work done. Cheers.
This is the Grinding Gear podcast.
Grinding
I'm
Gear.
Garrett,
All right.
Here is always with Kyle, but you're not here for us.
Burn.
You're here for our special guest today. You might know
Here
him
we
from
go.
literally everywhere on the internet.
Hey,
Twitch,
now.
YouTube, you take your pick. One of our most requested guests ever, Preach. We might call him Mike.
Oh,
during the
geez.
show is here with us today.
Hello, everybody.
Yes.
Taru here to tell you a story.
All right, let me redo my intro. We have here chain smoking Tataru.
Morning, lads. Just got out of bed. What's happening?
We're curious, what's the last ridiculous thing that Alphino charged to the Scion's account, and why are you mad about it?
That little bastard here.
All right.
Paintbrushes. Something about you.
Okay, again, I might be a little rusty.
And I told him to shove it right up there, because, frankly, we've all seen it.
I choked on my water. Oh, hang on.
It was the only voice that made sense to me when I saw her on screen. It just
Blue.
made perfect sense. It fit perfectly.
Oh,
That's how it
hold
has to
on.
be.
Where's the blue at? Oh, blue's over here.
In the early days,
I gotta
of
focus.
Final Fantasy 14,
Focus.
it was one of the everyone was just like, "Have you seen Preach's Tataru?" And I'm like, "Wait, what? The WoW guy? What?"
Oh, the butcher's up.
Apparently, at some point, I was labeled the #1 roleplay streamer, and I was like, "Where did this come from? How did this happen?"
I was like, why is he not
What
a
happened?
dine?
Where am I now? And
We
how
have a
did I
big
get
thank
here?
you to give you.
All
because
right.
apparently You are responsible for making the trolley section as joyous as it is.
Praise be, baby.
Yeah.
Raise it to the sky.
There were some nerves in the room when we got there because people are like, "Oh man, this is the slow part." All the streamers always complain about this, but the trolley energy, the worship, the cult of the trolley was
Where are we
going
at?
strong.
I don't know what
grease
people
wheels.
are talking about. We just left the slow part, which is anything to do with the new Mao. That is the slow part.
I mean, if you guys are going to start slagging off Shadowbringers, I don't know if we can talk, honestly.
Well, everyone's so excited that you're here. We need to balance it out by enraging the Final Fantasy 14 players by pointing out the parts of Shadowbringers that, maybe weren't the most memorable.
I honestly don't remember them, so that works
There you
out.
go.
Blue.
I'm trying to think
Where was
back to
that?
Shadowbringers, and I'm like, I do not remember a moment where I was not enthralled, so I guess it was so non-memorable, I literally didn't remember it.
Yeah,
I remember lollipops is good.
It happens. It happens. Yeah.
Did you guys
Purple.
cry? Was that tears?
Yes, actually, because we've become kind of famous for not crying. But yes, at the very end of. By the way, spoilers for everything up
Spoilers.
to the title card of Endwalker on today's podcast. Spoilers up to that because I don't know how else we're going to navigate this conversation. But yeah, the part where Mrs. Childs Alphino wrecked me
that bit?
on she reminds me of my mom. Which when I say like
Blue.
that, my mom is no longer with it. My mom is still very much with us. But there was a time where this kid who went to art school left home for the other side of the country, and I got a conversation from my mom very much like that I really took for granted at the time. And so seeing it in the game, like that hit me like a ton of bricks. Also, I wasn't really expecting it. Yeah.
Oh, purple.
The doggy at the end?
Oh my goodness, so I messed up.
Because the giant talking bird people came up after the new Mao, so I was so done with that zone by the time we got to the talking. Like I completely forgot that he was even a character.
You wound him. You wound the
You hurt me
gas.
deep inside. That
Yeah.
messed me up.
I just told you the new Mao was like
I'm not
one of the
sure how
parts of the game.
well I'm doing so
But
far.
immediately after that is the
Well, no. I think instead, what Preach is talking about here is the scene following the chai moment, which you had just cried, and the
yes.
the mystical
Okay.
flying dog bit.
All right, we got blue,
I'm saying
We're being
blue.
respectful now.
I was never that invested in the first place, on top of the fact that the scene before that hit me on a more personal level.
Wait. Are you a cat guy? Because we're gonna have an issue going forward. That's all I'm saying.
I'm just gonna leave down here for
Right,
no
purple,
particular reason.
purple,
All
purple.
right, that's it.
All right. Yep. He's out. He's out. Show's over, everybody. Just have to enjoy the
show
love.
is not over. Show is about to increase its skill. 2,000%.
Oh, I see. Oh, it's a throwdown.
Okay.
It's a pet throwdown.
There we go.
Oh, okay. Well,
All right, we're gaming. We're gaming.
I have 3 dogs. So
Okay,
we just have a menagerie here. Okay, Dutch,
You have
can-
3 dogs, and Seto still didn't get you.
The only
Dogs.
negative
It's
is
a good-
is the
it's a
wind up
good
on
scene.
some of the shift skills.
I've been numbed by how many movies in my childhood use killing a
All
pet
right, blue.
as a cheap shot for emotions.
Oh god, games are so much worse now as well. There's like every dog that appears in a game, and like that dog is dead immediately. That dog is so doomed. They might as well give it a red shirt and send it on a spaceship. That
At least you
dog
can
is
pet him now.
destined.
You know, the pet interactivity is.
So Kevin, you said you just started Gyfins today. How'd you do?
I wasn't that far out of my play of Ragnarok as well, and the beginning of Ragnarok wrecked me on a dog level.
Did you do pretty good?
Okay.
That the beginning of that game is rough.
Yeah, that's one I've skipped at the moment.
It's
on the
okay.
list. It's on the list.
It's fine. I like
But yeah,
the first one better.
we've had such a good year of video games. Like last 2 years, it's like every week there's something else. Like I was just at ExileCon for Path of Exile 2, and their new season starts.
Usually you gotta watch out for the purple
and we have,
dudes.
like, 3 other things
But
coming
honestly,
out
with this
now.
class, because of the frontal guards, like you can actually
Baldur's Gate 3,
like tank a lot of the damage, which is kind of nice.
December. It's been a rough time to get every game. I'm covered in dog hair now. I like actually look.
Ah.
I'm like
Oh, yeah.
that
Oh, no,
Japanese
I'll be
guy who made a
inhaling-
dog suit.
I'll be inhaling cat hair for the rest of the podcast because of that little stuff.
That's,
Yeah.
that's
But
impressive.
worth-
December? You're
Yo, thanks for the follow.
That's amazing.
Yeah, our schedule is done till for this year. It's done till February, end of February, kind of. I have some flexibility that I can throw stuff in, but yeah, for the most part, it's done.
Oh,
until
my.
February. Not that our audience cares though; they just want it now.
Purple.
Now, must be now.
Baldur's Gate's a massive
I was
game. I've never had
Getting
so
12K with
much,
blue.
Sleep avoidance.
Okay.
In the last 5 years, like it's just yeah, but it's good, but it's rough. It's good rough.
Okay, I'm ready for it. Divinity Original Sin 2, I've rated as like my second best RPG of all time. Like from an RPG standpoint, like, and I didn't know what I was getting into. That was one I threw in randomly into the schedule, and it ended up taking 200 hours, I think, something like that.
About right.
You know, I haven't
And I got
used a
second,
blue
like, I didn't care if I had 0
scroll
hours or whatever, I was playing the
in
hell
like
out of it.
forever,
This
to be
game
honest
is
with you.
so good. And I'm super.
It's been a minute.
People from Larian come and see us at our event. All our audience is playing Baldur's Gate 3, and it feels weird to play a game when your audience is so invested in RPGs that they want to play it too, and they don't want to get spoiled. You know, like it'd be like playing. It's like when you
So I'm not really sure how that
the new MSQ is coming,
how that compares.
and nobody wants to hear from you.
Like
Oh,
12K
shut up, because they've
with the
been
blue. I don't know how that would compare with a
through it yet, or, you know, or
with a yellow.
streaming it, they're like, no, we're not watching.
Gosh, it's
Like,
been
it's
forever
like
since
World
I've
of
done
Switch when the new MSQ
just
comes
a
out.
blue.
World of Warcraft is
Like I have
really
so
hot.
many loot
Usually
scrolls,
the
it's
release,
insane.
Like everybody's checking out what's going on.
Yeah.
With Final Fantasy, nosedives for about 2 weeks, and then people come back.
It might speak to
Red.
the satisfaction of the endings between the two games.
The quality,
Mhm.
Yeah, but also that's just being two very different types of games, right? Like one is very, very, very much about getting to the end, and for a lot.
Also,
of
I'm not really
it's
sure
about the journey.
if that's a bot.
So
It seems like it's a bot.
as well.
So
But hey,
that's
you know,
unfortunate.
it's your first time on the show, so for folks who
With,
somehow
Toblian.
maybe aren't familiar with you,
Mm.
how did you get started making stuff on the internet?
I was a WoW player since the beta of old WoW. I'm an old man now.
yeah, I started 2 months ago. It's always blue when I start a new spot. Oh yeah, for real. Yeah. Makes sense. Yeah, you definitely don't wanna waste it.
So my history of raiding, I've always been a top end raider. Was
What class do you
I was the
play?
guy you could go to if we were missing something, a class or a spec, and we needed it like right now. I was the guy who could call, and as long as Blizzard doesn't shout at me again. So they used to, let's say our Resto Druid quits for some reason, I would get their account and play it while we got a new guy. And I was very, very good at picking up at any class in WoW and playing it at a very high level, like very, very quickly. And so in Cataclysm, I wanted to try Rogue out, and I was seeking information, and there was just nothing out there. Like YouTube was like fledgling days, you know. People
Butcher?
started, like,
No, no Butcher.
Jesse Cox started to rise, and Total Biscuit, and people like that. And
Is that Guardian? Oh, okay.
video I checked on Rogues,
Yeah, I think Guardian is pretty good at grinding. Or is that Awakening Guardian? I've never played Guardian. Might be Awakening Guardian. That's like super easy with grinding.
And so at the time, I was watching Total Biscuit and Jesse, and I was like, maybe
293, 366. That's pretty good gear. Yeah. Oh yeah.
The first video I ever made actually was for Warcraft movies, and it's still up to this day. And that was the very
Butcher.
first time I tried to make a WoW video.
Where you
I
at,
think
Butcher?
That video on its own made 1.2 million views. Like my very first video. And I was like, yeah, but it also took.
Do you like the Succession Guardian?
It took 6 months to make. There's so many things. It was 45.
And also, yeah, welcome to the game. 2 months ago, yeah, welcome to the game.
Do it again because you also didn't earn any money. There was no.
Hopefully, you're enjoying it. It's definitely like a different vibe
People loved it.
compared to like other MMOs. If you've ever played other MMOs.
So I made a few guides, and they very quickly took off. And then the people like, can you do one for this class, and this class? And so
It's so like for me, I don't know why it's so addicting to grind.
While I shot every video at the weekend because
It's kind of funny.
obviously, and I shot every video at the weekend and spaced them out over the week, and just went from there. And that's what I did for like 7 years, 7 or 8 years. Was just making WoW guides, and WoW opinion pieces.
Bread.
Essentially. Up until Shadowlands when I got unhappy.
I was Awakening, but
I didn't like
with
it,
the
so I went away and moved over to other things.
free pin, I switched because it made more sense. Yeah.
All the content creators were leaving
Yeah, way more fun than Awakening. Okay, nice.
Abandoning ship. Rightfully so. And all going straight to Final Fantasy. I was like, I'm not into that. So we played. Well, Final Fantasy had been.
For sure. Played too much WoW. Old school RuneScapes, looking for the new adventure. Oh yeah.
Was people sending me made outfits.
Gosh, I haven't played WoW in like forever.
World of Warcraft, which was the like more hardcore.
Been so long since I played WoW. I think it's been since Mist, maybe Mist of Pandaria, maybe.
Like there was no chance in hell.
Boy, that sounds familiar.
Who would ever say that, I wonder?
Everybody.
Also, old RuneScape. Oh, love that game.
This is guilty. Every single one of them who tries to get someone to play Final Fantasy sends them something ridiculous, and then goes, "How can you not play this game?" while showing you like a naked cat boy sat on a lamp staring at you.
It's so funny how like such a simple game like old RuneScape is so addicting.
Yeah, you're clearly all fapping to this, and I can't stand what you're showing me. Like, they don't talk about the story ever. Like, now they do. Like, people have started to change and say, oh, you should come and play for the story.
Well, at least with old RuneScape, you're kind of used to the grind anyway, so.
The MMOs right now is in Final Fantasy 14. They don't talk about the social aspects, which are better than any MMO right now. Like, the stuff you could do with roleplay and house design and all that kind of stuff is an absolute highlight of that game. And dwarfs everything else that's out there. They don't talk about any of that. They send you somebody dressed as a Namazu with a rubber duck head on, dancing, like with their pants down, or somebody dressed as a drug dealer or something. And so, yeah, that's. I was totally off put by it.
Quit at Shadowlands, came back for hardcore, then quit after I died at 30.
We did a subathon for charity.
Yeah, I don't know if I could do hardcore.
Families who couldn't afford presents for kids at Christmas.
I guess the new new expansion will be releasing, I think, in August. Are you gonna be trying out the new expansion? I know I won't be.
In a goal at 20,000 subs, Mike tries Final Fantasy 14. And when I saw it appear, I knew what it was, and I instantly went into my Discord. And thankfully, we still have the records of it. And I typed to the team, "We can't do that because people are gonna hit like 20,000 subs, maybe. Like we're hoping they do that, and I'm gonna hate it and play it for like a day." And not be happy, and this is like one of the end goals we're going for. Like this is
maxed, so waiting for new skill.
But they had confidence. They were like,
oh snap!
Be fine. Because we know.
You know, I really.
That is there. There's no denying it. It is there. But
Purple.
work that way.
I'm trying to think.
And let it go.
Ah,
There's a lot of
so
sarcasm in
no.
our logs
I'm done
that
with
Discord
Blizz.
morning hours here, saying,
Yeah, I feel you. It's it's always been hard for me to get back into it because of
you know, a working week.
the combat.
And
Like
at the end,
after playing BDO's combat, it's just so hard to get into like a tab targeting. Obviously, old school RuneScape is just different, but
Yeah, because nothing I expected happened. I didn't get like IAR'd the second I got into the game, right? In fact, I think most of my audience who were
but yeah, I can't really do tab targeting anymore. Like even like Throne of Liberty, like I looked at it, and it just doesn't like the combat just doesn't seem very intriguing.
Going through it, I was like, okay, I don't like this Alphino character. Like, why is he talking to me about flags?
But yeah, back to old RuneScape. I'm trying to think. Necromancer. Old school RuneScape doesn't have Necromancer, right? That's just RuneScape 3. Like that'd be kind of a cool skill.
You're just getting into it, so it's like these characters aren't special; they're just irritating me.
Like that might make me potentially get back into old RuneScape. I never maxed out though.
Don't like Alphino. He's bossy. He's telling you what to
Oh
do.
goodness, I'm stuck. I'm stuck. I'm stuck. Go, go.
Now he's the king. I know in. I can't talk about it.
Oh, no, you can't. No, you can't.
Very well.
Do you have, is art like 'cause
Blue.
we're trying to do terminology from
RS3,
one
yeah.
language to another. Do you have like RAs in college?
Yeah, I watched some gameplay on it. Looks pretty cool.
What room? They're like room monitors.
Yes. Do you have room? Okay, so it's room monitors. Is that what it's called over there?
Resident assistant.
The answer is no, we don't.
Oh, okay. Okay.
In our
'cause-
dorms, yeah, our university dorms don't have that. You
Okay, in the states, that's a thing in the dorms. It's like
Purple.
the resident snitch, and to me, Alphino early like Alphino has big student snitch energy. Like
He's
just
a
takes
loser.
everything way too seriously, follows all the rules.
But
And
he's written so well, right? Because he makes
They are
it
making
so
sailing right now.
laugh. I'm sure you laughed when that.
That'd be kind of
came
cool.
out and you're like,
Oh, you know, that's always the cool thing about old school RuneScape is the community kind of votes on the new skill.
That doesn't surprise me. That's what they named it.
Oh yeah, that fits.
But
Like,
yeah,
I so
really
wish
wasn't on board, but you're
more,
right, that character through the ringer, like the
Games would do that, like listen to the community and do like community voting.
A lot and fail a lot to get to where he is. Certainly by Shadowbringers, is where he's matured and he's changed. But if I did a tier list of every character per expansion as we played it at request. So it's like, okay, we finished Realm Reborn. What do you think of the characters? I think Alphino was ranked below Hell. Somewhere down there. It was like everybody else, then like Alphino was down there, and Tataru. Sorry, I was not a fan of Tataru for a very, very long time.
I always liked Kataru. I just thought she was
Not for me. Evil heroine.
But yeah, you can see with this class, it's like
heroin
super easy.
Like the things that lady has got up to in the background are just unheard of. The slave labor, the camps that she runs. She took over our island in order to make it her own little haven for offshore trading. Yeah, she's done some bad things, that girl. So them two were like at the bottom of the barrel. And then it's interesting to see now, and I've actually encouraged everybody who started FF to do the same thing. It's like, hey, when you finish, you don't need to do it on stream and make content out of it. Just like get a notepad and just write down the order of people that you like. And then you see the shift over the course of the expansions. Like when certain events happen, how they... Well, and now there's people like in tears of one of them potentially leaving or whatever. You know, when you get to those moments in Shadowbringers where it's like, what's happening? Or even leading into Shadowbringers where all disappearing. And you're like, what? I can't live
Ooh,
without
I'd
them.
say they hit hard.
That's why I try to stop people getting boosts for Final Fantasy. So like, you're not going to get what people see in this game without it, because it is the story. That's the big hook. And everything else is on top.
So where'd you get to in like the 5 days that you felt hooked? Because A Realm Reborn's big.
I remember, yeah, it was a weird experience because everybody was being so protective over my experience. And so I
Community voting has its pros and cons. It kind of makes it so less content comes out because you need 75% community approval rate. But generally, they are wanting additions. That makes sense. Yeah, it's a little bit more of a prolonged process.
Like, it's fine. I'm into it. I'm enjoying it. We're having fun. I know that when I got to the end of the core campaign,
Yeah, that's a good point.
MSQ, a lot of people
Pros and cons with everything.
You should probably do this off stream so you can skip, because now you have this weird.
Does Dosa seem? Dosa seems pretty easy. You enjoy it? Yeah, I actually really enjoy it. I think I like the easiness of it.
That's going on, and I honestly do believe if I had not been
Like it's very
streaming,
low
I would skip
APM.
several sections of it. But frankly, I do have that.
Like I want to try
advantage
this
of being able to
out
like a large audience.
at the Dekia
If
spots
part of the
here
game is a little
soon.
bit meandering, you can fall back to conversation with people.
But I need to
really
increase my level a little bit more.
So I actually had a
I'm
lot
at
of fun
61 right
with
now.
Underground
I
stuff.
should probably get to like level
To
62.
go into Heaven's Ward, but it was Heaven's Ward that really grabbed me. Heaven's Ward, Realm Reborn, I thought was fine. My overall opinions were like, this is cool. It's better than the WoW story because I'm a big story guy in video games. I love game stories, but I hate the WoW story so much.
It's why I started playing WoW. It's the same way.
Oh, they're talking about Final
Really
Fantasy.
charmed my pants off with the narrative that it told. 'Cause I was a
Yeah.
CS kid,
The only
but
thing I like Final Fantasy better
narrative
actually than WoW. Like I like the graphics better.
And I was really
But
impressed by it. And so when I heard that World of Warcraft
I
was
didn't
coming
like
out,
the
I was like,
fact
"Oh, damn,
that you
I
were
wanna see
gated
that
by the
Warcraft
story.
3 story. I wanna
And
see
in
where
order
this
to
goes."
like progress,
Just chilling at the
you
time
had to
for
pay
Warcraft
for a
and
story
FFX.
skip. Like if you didn't want to do
I
the
never
story.
played Warcraft 3,
Like I hated that.
I only ever played WoW for the combat and the raiding.
Like I just wanted to play with my friends and like I had to go through hours and hours of content, of story that I really didn't care about too much.
Losing their minds, and all I saw was rip off Lord of the Rings. I was like, I do not get what you guys are so excited about at all. It's like this guy
Okay.
is just Sauron. Like what
Purple.
are you guys hyped about?
With
And
the
it was the
pointy
dragon.
helmet. Okay, I see it. Yeah, okay.
Like, that's all I saw. I was like, what are you guys cheering for? This is just rip off Lord of the Rings. And they were like, what are you saying? It's Arthas. I'm like, I have no idea who Arthas is. I have never heard of that. It's like, that's Stratholme, the grain. I'm like, okay, so they baked bread in Stratholme, and then what? Like Sauron came. Like, and they're like, and then they were like, trust me, it's awesome, and go play Warcraft 3, which I still haven't done. So yeah, that was the.
I didn't even get to max level in Final Fantasy.
Only if they
Yeah.
make Warcraft 3 with better graphics.
Yeah, if only,
you know,
yeah.
that'd be such a smart
One day.
decision.
Yeah. I got to max level.
To replay through that game
And
for mods
I don't even know what expansion I stopped
Yeah,
playing at.
One day we'll get there. Just
It's a
have to
shame they
believe.
never
But-
remade Warcraft 3.
Never happened.
Yeah, I
We
just-
certainly didn't watch the downfall of that in real time. An event.
I like the freedom of being able to do whatever I want. That's the nice thing about BDO is like if you want to go through the story, you can. If you want to just like
You got
go ahead and start grinding and level up, you could do that as well. Like there's so much freedom. You know, I guess with like a sandbox aspect, just like RuneScape. There's just so much kind of like freedom on what you want to do.
And you said you're not a big
You're not just kind of stuck to one thing.
World of Warcraft, though you love
And that's the bad thing about like World of Warcraft is like
Yep.
when a new expansion comes out,
play part of
you know, yeah, it's fun for a few months,
was getting you down.
but all of the previous gear just becomes irrelevant.
I have to be a little careful what I say here because
At least like with BDO, you know, your gears for the most part stays pretty relevant.
resolved issues.
Like I've had this Kudum for like 2 or 3 years.
There was definitely like we Googled before because we were laughing about the picture on the thumbnail. It's like if you Google me and check images, it's news articles in newspapers of me leaving World of Warcraft and things like that, and not being invited back when I got banned. But it was the constant. They turned the
Purple.
game, they were so desperate to maintain content, which you can't do in an MMO, and it's something I really appreciate about 14 and Yoshi P in particular.
Yeah, I wonder what the awakening for Dosa will be.
Enough content to keep a player getting fresh.
I had someone say in my stream, nunchucks. That'd be kind of funny.
Consumed so much, but instead of going, say, the Final Fantasy 14,
That definitely would be pretty unique.
which was come back when there's more stuff. It's fine. Go and play other games. We're totally cool. If you want to play our game all day, every day, that's fine. We have got stuff you can do that's repeatable, right? You can go do hunts and stuff. You can do hunt trains. You can do the boss farm. You can do the mount farm. There's all that stuff exists in Final Fantasy 14, but you absolutely do not have to do it. And if you're getting burnt out doing that, please just go away for a bit and then come back when we've got new MSQ, if that's your favorite thing. Whatever it might be, that content is coming and we will be here waiting for you. It's
I'm not
totally
really sure
well, Warcraft and Shadow
how well I'm doing so far.
How do we keep people with stuff to do every single day, regardless of what they're doing? What their
move.
lifestyle is, for example. So it was, the gameplay of actual combat was fine, but Torghast and doing the maw, clicking those souls every day, all that, everything that you had to do every day was so grinding that I remember I changed my entire streaming schedule so that Wednesday.
I think it would be cool if they had a sanctioned Iron Man BDO. Progression seems so fast, honestly, and Iron spices it up. Yeah, I agree.
Which was to do the raiding. on Wednesday, and we'd usually have a massive stream where we're not doing anything particularly.
Maybe one day.
Plus out just to get the vault reward. We're going to do all the more stuff. We're going to do Torghast and get that out of the way, all that kind of stuff. And I'm like, what am I doing? Like, who is this for? And it's not for me. Like,
Yeah, I'm telling you, I've been playing this game since 2016, and
then when it came to
oof,
us,
I've been through all the
it's like,
different
okay, as soon as you
aspects of this game.
into Shadowlands, it was like, okay, well, you've just magnified everything you need to do, like
Like level 55 was
I
like
like
insane to get to.
That's what I started doing in World of Warcraft all the way back in vanilla, and now you're
Blue.
to play all 12 classes.
Awakening is going to be a huge bong, and he'll summon all his homies and fight enemies with power of friendship.
24 or 36 Torghast runs a week.
Oh my.
To get an item to play with, and not even like in a short period of time, because each
Oh my gosh, you're going to make me die.
specific. If you have good ones, so that means if you're a druid and you've got 4 different legends, and 5 if they swap around.
That's a good one.
That's months of Torghast just to be able to play and experience a class in dungeons and in raids and have fun with it.
Oh my goodness.
All this stuff on top of me. And I was miserable. And it actually was, I was so miserable, I was kind of keeping up with it. And then, of course, we had all the allegations coming, with what was going on at Blizzard internally. And on that day, I remember waking up, going to the bathroom, had my phone, because, of course, you got to check in with what's happened while you're asleep, because the internet never sleeps. And I saw all this, and I was like,
Oh gosh.
and I messaged
Whew.
the team, and I was like, I'm just letting you guys
Leave me
know.
alone.
I'm not going to cover WoW anymore. I've had enough. I'm done with it. You might lose your jobs off the back of this, because our
Who knows, maybe we'll get a class like that someday.
on World of Warcraft content. And so
Never
I was
know.
letting you guys know I'm making this decision. I'm really sorry. The whole team stuck with me though. Like, we'll be fine.
I really want a necromancer
Let's see how it goes. And that's when I did it. It was terrible.
or some type of
It
necromancer.
wasn't like the game.
Like I really like ESO's necromancer.
Because that's still great. Like, I played Dragonflight, and Dragonflight's super fun. It was all the stuff that came with it. And I remember Ian, when I was sat talking to Ian, who's the game director of WoW, and he said, like, when it's kind of dawned on them, it's like, if you have the choice between going for a meal with your family, a nice dinner out, and in the back of your mind, you're thinking, but I still have to do my Torghast run before the reset.
I cheered. Okay, I got a hunger belt. Nice. I'll take it.
Obviously not. And
Let's see,
constantly
red.
that to players ever again. And I was like, thank you, finally. Seeing what we've been trying to tell you for so long. It's like, I can't come out tonight. I have to go on because the weekly reset's coming, and I haven't done my
Oh, wait, is the butcher up?
I put them off for so long. So that's what
Must
drove me
be.
away eventually.
Where's he at?
I get you there. Did you find
Oh, there he is.
the Dance of Final Fantasy rating a challenge after World of Warcraft? There's this
Oh,
idea in It's
jeez.
the fun of World of Warcraft that, like, you're versing the game. You're going to break it. We'll get a warlock to tank this, and wow. Whereas Final Fantasy is like, you do our game, and you will dodge the things, or it'll be
Ooh, that was a close one.
In WoW, I hate them.
That was a close
In
one.
WoW, I hate dance fights. I have done for years.
That would suck to die.
Fights in World of Warcraft are Helya, Operator Thogar, which might not mean a lot to FF fans, but those are very strict dance fights that exist within World of Warcraft. You have to go from A to B to C to D, and if you
Red.
do that, you wipe. So fights like that I hate, because World of Warcraft is such fast-paced tempo, high movement, very quick combat in nearly all characters with very responsive stuff. In FF, though, it makes perfect sense. That's why those two games are so different. And for many years, because
It's so weird. Like when I was on my striker, let me see, what am I doing? Blue. I was always afraid to like die by the purple guy, but now I'm like more afraid to die by the red guy.
You know, ridiculous statements like that would be flying around amongst the casters. And then when I came to try it, I was like, oh, this is a dance fight. But in the context of how FF14 games
All right,
works,
purple.
it makes perfect sense, and it fits. And especially because they don't use boss mods, and you're much more engaged with what the enemy in the environment is doing. Whereas, WoW, you can get away with never looking at the boss. And a lot of the guides I did was you don't need to look at the boss. You can stare at a wall if you have low FPS, because your boss mods will kind of tell you what's coming and when and what you need to do. It changed.
Fun fact, I've never done a raid in WoW. Isn't that crazy? Never did a raid.
Move on to the next expansion.
I've done dungeons, but I've never done a raid.
Of the previous one, because I wanted to try them all out because I love raiding, and the MSQ. There's a
I've done the Final Fantasy raid though, but you had to during the story.
I only want to see you play the MSQ. Who
Blue.
Why
Ooh.
aren't you going straight into Heaven's Ward? I'm like, well, haven't done all the extreme.
Red guy ain't playing. I'll take the purple blue any day. Yeah, no kidding. Like I never had any issues with the red guy, but
Yeah, no, we're not
for some reason with this class,
every extreme, but we do
he hits
most
hard.
extremes before we move on. And we do all
Like like the only time I've ever died was actually by the purple guy
So,
Such as?
on my striker.
That the MSQ doesn't require. So the trial series from every
But this go
expansion, we
round,
do that
it's
before we
the
move
red
on.
guy.
Both raid series from every expansion, we do that before we move on. Which usually the Alliance raid is like barely a part of the story.
Yeah.
But we do all that, and then we'll usually do most of the mainline extremes. So the first extreme we did was Shinryu, because our chat wanted to watch us suffer, and that's what they convinced us should be our first extreme.
So then, did you go back and do the old ones
Yes.
after that?
Yeah, so we
Some
started
of them.
streaming around mid Heaven's Ward, like right before the Nidhogg fight.
I will say though, that Final Fantasy raid
Fight on extreme.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
Did you do
that I
Thor?
did
Yep, Thordan Extreme
was actually really
That-
cool.
That was our roughest
That was-
one. Like
It is
we went
rough.
through-
Yeah.
Yeah,
All
that
those
was rough.
phases.
I think we took
Purple
slightly
scary once
harder
butcher go down.
Suki
Yes, that's so true.
Oh,
Yeah, I usually always try to
wrecked us.
kill the butcher
Absolutely
close to, or yeah, kill the butcher close to the purple guy. But
I don't think I have felt that much elation
with
killing
this
a
class,
since
like I don't know, I just don't really feel very like threatened.
in Wrath, and we got Cindergosa down for the first time because I think we were stuck on Cindergosa for like a month.
Oh, heroic.
Like he heals so much
My 10-man
with his attacks,
that
and like he's always constantly like in frontal guard or super armor.
Yeah, that's good.
yeah, we
That feeling's incredible, though, right? That's why I've always loved raiding since I first did it all those years ago. Is like that feeling, especially when it was 40 man back in the day. Hearing all those people scream and cheer all across the world, like that's an unbeatable feeling for me. Like
Yeah.
I still love it to this day. It's so good when you hear even the quiet people that like barely ever speak, because you know you'd have 40 people in Ventrilo or TeamSpeak or whatever, and then even them are like, yeah, you hear these voices you've never heard before. and
I love
like,
raiding.
wow, this is sick. This
I was
is so
actually a
awesome.
leader in raid guilds, can't anymore with kids and wife.
I missed it. So
Yeah, I
much.
understand that.
We really didn't regularly raid after Wrath. I still played a lot of WoW, and I still
That's kinda
played
cool,
in
though.
Groups, but I wasn't as involved. I wasn't the main tank anymore. I wasn't, and we didn't suffer as much. I feel like when I was 10-man raiding in Wrath, like we hit it as soon
Yeah,
as it came out.
you start having
Both
kids
came
and
out, it was
whew, your
still
time really starts to escape you.
so
Hence why I game in bed.
I really missed it, and it's something I never did with you, Kyle. And now we're
When everyone's
extremely
sleeping.
close friends. So it was we've talked about this has been coming up a lot lately on our streams. when we
So
talk
did you? I guess I know you said you didn't make it to max level with Final Fantasy, but did you try any raiding in Final Fantasy? Like I hear the raiding is like almost better in Final Fantasy than WoW.
Massive novel to somebody. How do you convince someone that this thick sack of paper is worth your time and that this story gets good? I can tell them about the end of Shadowbringers, but they're not gonna understand why any of it matters.
No.
You're gonna be like, yo, this dude opens a door and a city's on fire, and your friend's gonna be like, okay, and who gives a shit and why?
Yeah, that was in Final Fantasy VII, right? Same thing. I've seen it before.
Yeah, when you get to it, though, it's an amazing moment.
Mhm.
But the other half, the thing we've really been talking about lately, is that we think it's insane that no one talks about the quality of the what is essentially raiding in this. I know it's trials and raids are its own thing, but I think of like extremes and beyond as that's the difficult content of Final Fantasy 14. And
Sure.
I can't believe no one recommended it to us because Kyle and I both have extremely fond.
No, I didn't. I tried a few dungeons. I was leveling. I just don't. Well, I think I like Final Fantasy that much, so I wasn't too invested. I feel you. Yeah.
It is, and they don't push you into doing it either. Like they'll do it for the story mode, but it's usually an extremely easy LFR version for WoW listeners of what you're going to actually fight.
Yeah.
And it's
Only
one
I
thing I've
played
noticed is,
that was 10
part
on.
of my job,
Okay.
When I do some more professional stuff, is to try and explain raid fights to people.
The
right? So a lot of people,
butcher. Where are you at?
trying to explain a raid.
Yeah, I've
fight
played a
is
couple Final Fantasies. I can't really
probably
remember
someone who
what
doesn't play the game.
versions that I played.
So I could take an FF Savage Raider and show them a World of Warcraft raid, and they will have no idea what's happening, despite their advanced experience of dealing with almost essentially identical mechanics. It's presented in such a complex, busy way, and they always go, "Oh, the add-ons, the add-ons, the add-ons." Like I can't see through the add-ons. What's going on? But
Oh,
similarly, I can
whoa,
take a
whoa,
Warcraft
whoa.
player and then show them FF/Savage, which doesn't have any add-ons, but there's so many explosions and lights and things like that that to them it's a mess. Like they're like, how do you even tell what's going on? Like, you know, you can
Hey,
use
now,
mechanics
calm
and
down.
just fill the screen with fire and explosions and lasers. It's like I don't even tell what's going on. And I think
I need to drop my weight off here real quick.
Until they
Please don't come near me. Don't come near me. Don't come near
You
me.
need a couple of hours here to then it starts to fit.
Actually, having that right there kind of helps block the mobs from attacking me.
And it's exactly the same reason that all my friends who joined me from WoW after I started playing, I'm like, hey, I'm still in those.
I think it'd be kind of cool to
the rating's actually sick.
like have a Final Fantasy with more of like a Final Fantasy MMO with
they've always built the game with scaling
with the action combat.
pretty close.
Like was a Final Fantasy 16 like having like that game, but as an MMO, like that would be crazy. I feel like their next MMO has got to be action combat,
Not really very close to the original.
right?
And you
Like
have
I would
all this
think.
raid content available to you as well. And then they inevitably buy a boost. And they're just lost. And they're like, I don't know what to do. They're like at training dummies, practicing like they would do in WoW. And I'm like, it's not the way to introduce you to that game. Like, don't buy the boost. You're just missing it. You're depriving yourself of such a good experience. And you're also coming in with the wrong mindset because you're trying to play this game.
Whoa, 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 whoa!
And I had the same thing.
What's going on?
Which I just did recently. Is you approach that game with a WoW mindset or an FF mindset, you're not going to have a good time because the game doesn't work that way. Looks the same, looks the same, but it's not the same.
So, for the hell of it,
Let me close this door. I can hear you though.
Oh, sell us on Guild Wars 2, because it's come up a few times, and I played it at launch because I was a Guild Wars 1 fan, but fell off pretty quickly.
All right,
should I approach it
blue.
differently than I approach WoW or 14?
So the biggest thing I think that hit me going into that game was there's no quests system that you're used to. So if you think about World of Warcraft and Final Fantasy 14, in Final Fantasy 14, you get off the carriage with the twins, and you're very quickly led from A to B to C to D, and you're off on the MSQ like immediately. You're off to the Adventures Guild, etc., etc. And in WoW, same thing. You have the shipwreck introduction zone now, and then it'll take you through a little quest series that's very confined, even if you're a brand new player. Super linear, little bit of exploration in a little wooded area, and then you're off to kill a little mini boss, and then you go. I believe now.
Oh, look, I'm already at red.
Today, you go off
Actually,
to,
wasn't Final Fantasy Crisis Core on the PSP kind of like that? Oh, I forgot I played that one too. It's action. It's action, not turn-based. Oh, okay.
But that is teaching you.
Actually, it wasn't.
It's just that you're coming in with the mindset of like, oh, shouldn't I have quests?
I played that one too.
Where to go. That game doesn't work that way.
Blue.
They have a horizontal progression system, which the other games don't have. Which means that you do have levels.
Ooh, dude, I'm taking some damage.
You got all your levels in A Realm Reborn or in Vanilla World of Warcraft. You hit level 60 and you're done. There's no more leveling to be done.
Don't kill me.
Every single piece of content they've added is.
Are you liking Dosa? I am really liking it a lot. I like how just easy it is to kind of pick up, and like the combo is pretty straightforward. Has good sustain. It's got a good amount of healing and frontal guard, super armor, a lot of protections. I mean, definitely there's some things that could be improved on, and I think it will be. I think the global lab already had some changes last week that sped up maybe some of the skill animations and movement.
No, is this just like busy work, the MMO? And that was the impression I had in the first half an hour. I'm like,
like the shift skills are just kind of slow.
But once you get into,
but I really like it. Plus, it's a male class. Like we haven't had a male class in so long.
With events, and they're chains, really good ones.
So that's pretty hype.
And then an event will kick off from that, and that might lead you down into an actual cavern, and then it turns into a lab, and then it turns into other things, and it really leads you on these like mini adventure stories. Pretty much each one of them, not every single one, but a lot of them have these chain events that keep happening. And the cool thing about the way Guild Wars 2 does it better than
PSP.
WoW is they design.
Wow, that is something right there. PSP. Wow. Yeah, tonight's update should make the class a bit faster. Yeah.
Whether you're playing the core game or a random expansion, there's always people.
Red.
They design the world.
Yeah, I can't remember exactly what they changed, but I'm pretty sure I read somewhere that it was going to be a little bit quicker. And the movement's going to be a little bit better. So we'll see. We'll see after tomorrow.
And suddenly there's 10, 12, and sometimes 100 people all doing a thing. And then when you get that grasp of it, it all makes perfect sense. And then you go into the expansion.
Blue.
And instead of leveling up, you have character bonuses.
Yeah, hopefully, I would assume that we would get the Global Lab update from last week for this week. I would assume. Hopefully we do.
Years in Guild Wars 2. And they were very terrified of adding mounts because they were kind of different because of that, right? They don't have the Holy Trinity, quote unquote. They don't have tank, healer, DPS. They kind of do when you're raiding because it's.
I'm trying to think. The PSP, like, am I going crazy? That's the handheld, like kind of like handheld system that was kind of close to like.
There's no mounts in this game. We're playing a real MMO, a real open world adventure.
Like a Switch in a way.
Lo and behold, they have the best mount system of any MMO by miles. It's so good that you end up leveling these.
I've never owned one of those, but I'm pretty sure I know what you're talking about.
Fun to do it. It's as simple as that. And it's.
They looked really good. They looked really like crazy when they first came out.
But it's an adventure to go on. The story's middling, like it has really high points and really low points. Where like the high points are extraordinary.
Yes. Yeah. Okay.
Shadowbringers quality level. On occasion, like there's glimpses of getting up there.
That's crazy. Do they even still make those things? Probably not.
This is bad. This is really bad. But there's a lot of effort that's gone into that to make it work. I'm a big proponent of it. I think it's certainly. It
was a cool idea.
Pretty much everything is drop in, drop out. Like they stopped making dungeons and made these fractals.
Almost kind of like a Steam Deck in a way.
Anytime you want. To get
I think it was a few years after the DS. Okay. Oh, the DS. Gosh.
That was what got me into
Good old
the first game.
Pokemon.
My friends were playing WoW, and I'm like, I'm not paying monthly for an online game.
Gosh, I played crap ton of Pokemon back in the day.
So their rating died, which is interesting because they obviously people expected raids. It's an MMO, right? It's a fantasy MMO. There should be raids.
They made a second one called the Vita. Okay, yeah, that sounds familiar.
Making them now. It just did not work for the Guild Wars 2 audience. I've just finished them all. Instead, they moved to much more trial style. One-off bosses in a singular environment, which take much less time.
Blue.
Can be much more focused thematically, and also generally the commitment is not there like you would need for a multi-boss raid. So they've gone in that direction.
I love the single boss trials in Final Fantasy 14, and it was something I've experienced a lot in 14, time and time again, being impressed by something I never knew I wanted.
Blue, purple. Am I stuck? What's going on here?
Beforehand, which was like, player housing. I'm like, I don't give a shit.
Oh my goodness!
I don't want it. And then we got our first house.
Leave me alone, you bots.
This rules. This is great, and I love it. And I still idle.
Why is the bots so bad on Twitch? What the heck?
Yeah, I can't imagine. I didn't know that not logging in and out at the guild house was not normal. Because that's once we had that guild house, and it was very popular, not just because I was streaming, but
lucky I can't delete it. So lucky.
There was 20-30 people in the garden, people in the house, just doing stuff at any time of the day. You could log in the middle of the night, and they're all chilling, they're all up to something. Like, the amount of people who play FF14 and don't play the game is pretty extraordinary.
Blue.
Like, there's a very large amount of people who play FF14 and do not play the game. They just sit.
Playing their own game. Yeah.
They're playing their own game. Yeah, they're just doing their own thing.
It's a great life simulator if you want it to be.
Yeah, we have the dancing Pope on our server that just dances all day. There's a guy every night that works to put a little floating globe inside himself. So
yeah, they're really bad.
Stand in the middle of Ul'dah and just kind of glow for a bit. Every night I see him.
So bad, dude. What the heck?
But there are those things that you just didn't notice along the way, like no talent points. And you just kind of, I was maybe like level 45 or so, and I was like, wait a minute.
Like, you would think Twitch would have some program to, like,
do I do this at any point? Do I get to
fix that or something?
Because the multi-jobs and getting to
block them or something.
One character.
Yeah.
So
I didn't clock it to level 10. I thought to level 10 we get our first talent point.
Yeah,
'Cause
right.
I always play
Right.
these games super blind. At level 10, ticks over, I'm
What?
like, so where's my talent point? And I'm like, it can't be at level 20. And I look over to the chat and they're just Pepe laughing. And I read between the lines like, is there really no talent points in this game? Huh. What a weird choice. But
Yeah,
Oh crap!
looking up a build.
Am I
This
doing
is
the wrong one?
strange. Like,
I am doing the wrong
What
one.
do you mean it's not figured? Well, technically it's figured out because every
Well, I'm gonna have to
Dark
finish them
Knight
off
is the same
anyway.
Dark Knight, every sage is the same sage.
That's a rip.
And that it took me a little bit to get over it. And in a way, I still don't think I have. You must have loved it if you were breaking the EULA by jumping on other people's WoW accounts and playing their characters.
Ooh.
But I
Okay.
have been really
Let's pay
attached to
attention.
my main
Blue.
WoW, and
Let's do blue.
I still have a little bit of that in Final Fantasy 14.
Aye, aye, aye.
Myself as a Dark Knight and nothing else. I play other jobs.
Oh, really?
But
I'm the opposite.
I'm really, really like married to my character as a Dark Knight. Like,
Yeah. Total
also
opposite
like
here.
it's straight up like is how
I
I've
love the
always
Dark
wanted,
Knight.
like Blood DK to feel.
Yeah,
love
Dark Knight
tank
and Final Fantasy is so awesome.
Death Knight,
However,
free fanboy, I was so excited
I'm
for.
not much of a
I've never
tank
started
person.
Dark Knight. I fall off of it every single time. I don't.
So
like tanking
that's
at
kind
all.
of the reason why I couldn't get
Yeah,
into
probably. It's sad.
the Dark Knight
I love
was
Dark
because you
Knight.
had to be a tank.
14, I freaking love it. So
Yeah, we like putting Blackest Night up and then hearing that wonderful jingle.
it
did
is
good.
It's serotonin. It's constant serotonin.
Yeah, you
Every
did good.
every time your Blackest Night triggers, it's just like, ooh, I'm a good boy.
I did it good. I didn't just randomly press it. I
Uh-huh.
knew I didn't.
Red.
I'm married in World of Warcraft. I don't care about any of my characters really. I have a bit of a fondness for my warrior because he's how I started back in the day. But I played so many multi-classes and I have every class that I was never married to one. Like one expansion I'm playing one expansion I'm playing another, and all these rare rewards are all dotted around on different characters at this point. Like historically, they're not merged. In FF though, I am completely married to my character, as my character is the day I made it, which I definitely made for fun. It has the goofiest Michael Cera face. It's like 9 feet tall. It looks ridiculous.
Red.
My character looks like
Oh no, not red, not red.
uninterested, bored,
Purple.
not listening person in every cutscene. That drool might as well be pouring out his mouth, and that's how I came up. The voice for my character was just, okay. Because that's like, no matter what's going on, like Minfilia is like, the world is ending, the calamity is upon us. Warrior of Light, please tell me. Okay. And like, just goes off and does these things.
Oh,
And then
of course
I
the
did
butcher.
Fantasia.
Oh my goodness, what's going on here?
I think we had a sub goal for it or something. I Fantasia to something, or maybe it was for a party.
Whew.
And then during the party, whatever, it was fine. And then the next day, I went to log in to play, and I was like, "This is not my character, like at all. I need to change it back immediately." Like, and it felt weird. It felt uncomfortable, and I've always done that. I've Fantasia'd a bunch of times for certain events. I always go back, but I'm not married to a single job. Like I play Scholar mostly, but I'll play anything, and it doesn't matter because I always make them honey yellow. So they all kind of look the same, although they're doing different things. Because that's my character. That's the floor inspector, which is what my chat named my character. I gave it a goofy name because I thought I was going to play for 5 days, so I let them pick the name.
Sure.
I was like, who cares? We're going to delete this character on Friday.
All right,
Who cares?
blue.
I made my character alone because we didn't even know we were going to stream it. We wanted to
Tell ya,
finally
you
take
really
the first
gotta-
step into making, like, proper
Gotta keep your brain
YouTube
active
podcasts
at this
for
spot.
over a decade. And Kyle's the one who convinced me to finally try 14. But
When did you get in?
Purple.
Oh, I tried 2 years, another year's passed now. So 3 years ago, because I started Gridania and I was like, oh, I don't know about this. But I had a friend who was shooting me pictures of Amarat, of bosses and Shadowbringers, and just be like, you're never going to
Spoilers.
play. You'll
Come on, come on,
never-
come on, come on.
You said you'd never play this. You keep playing WoW. So I'm just going to spoil you because you don't give a damn anymore. And someday this building might matter to you. I'm making this sound more aggressive. John's a great guy. But he's
Yeah.
given up. And was just like, you guys will never experience it. Here's a
Not
picture
really
that says,
sure
"I don't
how
care anymore."
well I'm doing so
It's
far this
awesome, and
hour.
I want to talk about it, and no one I know plays this.
I should at least get
I'm like,
20,000.
I'm
that
fine.
person, by
okay.
the way, has become a champion
Blue.
because he now has the name for in our community the MS Curator because he gives us recommended stopping points on our MSQ streams.
Oh, yeah, that's rough. I felt bad for my viewers because obviously I was full blind and I don't know what's coming next.
Ugh.
And they know I usually stop
I
streaming.
gotta wake up
around
in 5
3
hours.
o'clock in the afternoon, and they start getting antsy, and it was kind of funny during the MSQ is seeing people start to get kind of antsy in that they know I'm going to finish soon, but I'm almost at this, and I started getting messages, Discord messages like, you should stop now, like you should really stop, and I was like, why? And they're like, just trust us, there's something going to happen that's like 3 hours long after this, and we can't have it interrupted. I'm sorry, like there is no way in hell we are letting you interrupt what's about to happen, so stop, just log off and disappear out of our lives. I'm like, oh, okay, this is getting a bit serious now. Like I didn't realize how invested people were. I was like, yeah, you can't play right now. But Amarot in particular, and one of the reasons we made the display for it, my favorite game of all time, like single player, is BioShock.
Nice.
And a lot of my audience knew that. Yeah, like that intro is still in my top 3 intros to a video game of all time. Obviously,
All right,
looks
we're
similar.
getting there.
And they kept, including
10 more minutes.
my team and all my long-term viewers, they kept Amarot secret for the whole playthrough. I had no idea Amarot existed or what it was.
Oh, nice.
And yeah, one of the most, I swear to you guys, it was one of the most to talk this. I put this in context of not like a brag thing, more like how good the community is around people joining Final Fantasy XIV, and you guys are experiencing it now, and I'm kind of jealous. Is how protective they are, but also want you to have the best time. Like that's why they're telling you to stop. It's like what's about to happen is something amazing, and we want to make sure that you get to experience it fully, and you don't have to go halfway through.
Nice.
And
Okay,
all
Butcher.
and what happened as you're going towards the tunnel to Amarot?
Come on, bring it on, bring it on.
The audience got so excited it started lagging the stream.
You don't think I've actually really ever looked
It was
at what the
actually
Butcher looked
becoming a
like.
real problem. With like people
On
like,
flames, got 2
restrictions,
swords.
emotes, all that kind of stuff was happening, and my stream started to actually like lag, which never happens. And it got to the point where halfway through the tunnel, I was like, I don't know what's going on with you guys right now, but you need to stop because you're actually lagging the stream. You're actually causing problems. And I got up and walked away for like a couple of minutes just to let everything settle down. And then I came back and it did not stop. It carried on and it got worse and worse and worse. So I think we had like 10 FPS and I had to start turning things off before we got to what eventually was Amarot. And I didn't know what was coming. And then we walk out over the cliff edge and you see Amarot, and then it all hit me at once. And I did start crying. I was like, fuck, you guys kept this secret.
Red.
And like, I was talking to my very close friends and they're like, yep, we knew this day would come one day and we've been waiting for it ever since. And I'm like, that is so cool. I've never experienced that in any game ever. Like to have that kind of curated and patience from your audience to not be like, has he got to Amarot yet? You know, in their brain as a streamer, you're like, so what's Amarot? No, shh, you know, that kind of conversation happening. Like they kept it completely clean for what I think was the best streaming and gaming moment I'd ever had in my life. It was
Come on, come on, come on. We can do it, we can do it, we can do it.
We read every
Super
we read
Saiyan,
every
Super Saiyan, Super
chat,
Saiyan.
like because we're it's just-
We got any
it's gone.
anime watchers in here?
Is delightful.
Anybody like anime?
Than we ever thought it would get. And I would think we ended up having to do like a 4-hour dedicated thank you stream.
Just started a new anime today.
Emerald. And 5-0
Something with a
5-0,
mage
we-
being the strongest in the demon army or something like that.
coming, which then
Seems
it's
pretty
fun.
good.
It's fun in its own way after the fact, because just from the supers you can be like, oh, this is when this was pouring in, because you can tell what moment was happening.
Yep. Yeah, you absolutely can. It's,
And they customize it for you too, because my version of that was I was like, oh man, I love Gaius, I love Shadowhunter. Oh, he's such a badass. And
See,
every
blue.
year, Kyle's a dad. Like weapon trials coming up. He's gonna be so excited. Dad, he's a dad now.
burn out the band. Yeah. I was not ready for that.
It was something.
I'm not. What's the anime called?
I have 2 kids. It messed me up a little bit. Yeah, it wasn't brought to tears. I just wanted to butcher, murder, and kill. But a close friend of mine.
The actual name of it?
A young daughter. And he's very
The strongest
lawyer who dealt with like child
magician in the Demon Lord's army was a human. That's the name of it.
And it was coming up.
It's only got 2 episodes in it.
Oh no.
But yeah, I'm a huge anime nerd.
Here we go. You know, because
Right.
that is the
Started ever
reality.
since
This is gonna mess him up.
Naruto came out.
It's starting. And here we go. And it did completely mess him up. And we're having similar now with other friends who have.
Gosh, I guess I was
started on the pathway.
was that in
where
high
they're getting to
school?
those points,
Maybe?
they're reaching those moments. It's like.
Or middle school. Maybe it was middle
Oh,
school. Might have been middle
because
school.
I
I can't
that
remember.
story is so good.
It's been a minute.
Oh
gosh, I'm stuck. I'm stuck.
But certainly, Shadowbringers, especially, it hits so many high notes based on everything that began back in A Realm Reborn, and that I do rate it as the #1 RPG story I've ever played.
You know, if there's one anime I would say to try to maybe watch if you never got into it,
It's just a legend. Like there's things
would
that pay
be
off that happened 5 or 6 years
Sword
ago.
Art
And
Online.
when they pay off, you're like, oh, that's so good.
Hands
And
down,
the
probably
characters
one of my
are
favorite
really
animes.
I really appreciate so much. Like they all fulfill their purpose.
And it's also like MMO based,
Well, and
like kind of like VR MMO based. It's really good. The story's really good.
Pays off, not in a don't go in the room alone horror movie style. Like
Mhm.
it's not because never feels like it because the plot demands it.
well, like,
No,
I think Thancred's a great example of that in Shadow.
But the first season, after the first season, it's not as good, but the first season's so
I
good.
was just visibly pissed off at Thancred for most of Shadowbringers.
That was my big emotional moment was when he's laying on the floor thanking Reen for being and Philly being part of his life, and I'm like, oh god, going
Should
there.
he have died?
Well,
Uh, I
Should
don't
he have
think
died?
he should have. I've taken flack for because I was like, I'm surprised they didn't kill him.
Mm-hmm.
And I've since tried to walk it back a little bit because I said, listen, I could see a world where that happens.
Oh yeah, good recommendation. I love
In the last
SAO.
couple of weeks, I've gotten more
But the
aggressive
anime
on
community
that.
hates it.
Some people are a little mad that I
Wait,
spoiled
really?
some of the Dawn
The anime
trailers.
community hates it?
They're like, there's spoilers for who lives.
That's a sad
The
day.
reality is, if they
Well, I
didn't
don't
have
hate
the
it.
balls to kill Thancred and Shadowbringers, none of the Scions are ever going to die in this game.
That's exactly why they should have killed
Maybe-
him, because now
Maybe
they
after the
have
first season,
immortality,
I could see
right?
why.
That's-
Yes, they are
Yeah,
very, very safe characters. And also, I would like to remind
But I
you
still
about
liked
the
it.
Shadowbringers trailer.
I think the first
where
season's like the
there's a
best.
child, and they point to that child and say Minfilia, and so they could just be taking me for a ride. That might just be, I don't know, an Ascian reanimating one of the Scion's bodies. I don't know that. That could be an Ascian sipping out of a pineapple. You don't know.
Yeah, you do. Yeah, you do.
You don't know.
Yeah, I think SAO is a
We all know.
pretty good anime to
extremely misleading
dip your toes into.
Like, I
Yeah,
could've-
my first time
if you've never like watched anime before.
I didn't. I could have watched the Shadowbringers trailer when I started Realm Reborn.
First season was dope. Yeah, it was super good. Oh,
That was
super
my only
good.
thought.
I thought it was a time travel.
Like just the whole storyline, the combat, like,
Kind of right.
The thought.
and I think too, like, just being an MMO nerd anyway, it just like fulfilled my fantasies.
The Shadowbringers trailer is a fantastic
I'm telling you, hey, one day in the future, like,
When I didn't notice,
who knows, 50 years from
when I
now,
looked at the chat or something like that, is when the hood pulls back to reveal that Matoya is
we'll probably honestly have something like
I
that
looked at the chat,
where we can just
and I
connect
was utterly convinced
to like
that
some
it
type
turned
of
on because
system
Matoya looked young,
and like be
and
immersed
Matoya
into the
was young.
world, like through our
And
brain.
people were just like, he missed it. He missed it. It's Y'shtola. He missed it. I can't believe he missed it. And I'm like, God, so Matoya's here, and Amphilia's back, and they're all young, and the Scions must have been taken back in time, and all this. And they're just like, he's such a moron. No, it's clearly Y'shtola. And they even show her later in the trailer, which I then took as just being Y'shtola was there as well. So
I was a
like,
student
"Oh,
back
Y'shtola
then.
back
Every
in
Sunday
time."
is a happy day because of
It's
ASO's
like
new
going on
update.
these theories, like these mad theories of like, we're going back in time to seek younger Matoya because she has the answers that she's forgotten in her old age or something like that was going on. And they're just like,
Oh.
no, they clearly showed that it's just Y'shtola called Matoya. And I'm like,
Wait,
oh,
and y'all give us crap for our theories being wrong? Damn, that is like that's a
But still right. But
oh,
no, but
I
still.
was on one.
But you were on the time travel train, and you were kind of right in the wrong way. And that's
Yeah,
the
I never
joy
really
the game
knew
has of being so multifaceted. Like there are
the exact day that it was
I think
was
it's
released.
Stormblood handles some
I think
crazy heavy topics.
like I didn't know about the anime until like it was pretty much over, so I just binged the whole season.
The patches and Yatsuyu and all that. And it's a journey that you still wanna
Solo
go on.
leveling's really good.
Even just in this
I don't know if you've watched Solo Leveling,
with
but
the story and allowing that
I read the manhwa of that. Oh,
the joy of it.
that was actually the first ever
Stormblood for me was one of the weakest parts of the FF.
manhwa or manga, whatever you want to call it, that I actually read. Because I'd rather watch it.
reasons I'd like to talk to them about is that they.
But it was so good.
Because there's some real Deus Ex Machina nonsense that you kind of hold the story of FF14 on such a pedestal that it shouldn't be resorting to.
I watched one anime with my buddy. It was called Tokyo Ghoul. Oh yeah, Tokyo Ghoul. Yep. That's a crazy one too to watch.
I think in that one we had like Urianger just
Blue.
in the middle of the desert.
It's been a while since I've watched that one.
Like, not even been seen for the whole expansion. Is like, oh,
Yeah, it's a crazy one to watch. It's good though.
Bye, I'm off again. Or Estinian just drops out of the sky on occasion when you need him because they got into an unwinnable situation. It's like Estinian.
Yeah, I would say that's a pretty well-known classical one there in the anime community.
It's so dumb. And I was like, what's happening here? Like, and I didn't like the way Ida was written at all. And there's so much weird stuff
Finished.
going on. Really uncomfortable.
I really hate reading, but Solo Leveling was on. Yes, Solo Leveling was on a whole different level. Yeah, I'm not one to like read, at least manga. Like, I don't know. It's just not the same. Like, sometimes it's kind of hard to tell that like what the pictures are like showing. But the man was just in general, like the color and the action, like it's almost like better than like watching it. Like, it's kind of crazy actually. But yeah, they did Solo Leveling so good.
Completely redone, essentially, from somebody who seemingly has never been outside of a house before, which is what she is in Stormblood. It's like, oh my god, I don't get what's going on. You're like, she's been a Scion for years.
But yeah, my very first ever that I've ever read.
Why aren't you guys all happy? I'm here. I'm Lise. Like, it's so dumb. And it's like, I'm gonna free all the slaves.
All right, I can do one more. Purple. Wait, where's purple? Is that purple?
I like Lisa's journey.
Good for you.
Come on.
Good for
Thank
you.
you for not caving.
I will not retract my statement that it's horrible. But then it changes completely, like a total change of direction later on. But that was the weakest part I found of the whole journey. Like, was just that it's bit installment because they started introducing characters intentionally to kill them off. Hate that because they're like you said, the Scions feel very protected. So it's like, well, we have to kill somebody. And then, like in Stormblood, they like bring in Roger or whatever he's called. He's like, "Hi, I'm Roger. I'm definitely an important character. I'm not going to die in 20 minutes." And then 20 minutes later, poor Roger dies.
Yeah, they did that in Realm Reborn too with. Oh my god, I'm blanking on her name. I love her.
You hate Nanamo, so it's not that one. What?
Oh, Moonbreeder.
No, Nanamo should have stayed dead.
Oh yeah, Moonbreeder.
Nice. All right, 1 hour is up.
Oh, what? Okay, well, you know.
That is my gear.
I'm already seeing people being like, "Oh, you guys should do this again and have Jesse on too." I'm sorry, Mike. I don't think you'll be invited back.
All right. Let's see how much trash we got. All right, I think I was at what, 23 something? 23 something. I can't remember. It's 23 something. 23 minus 4, 6. Bro, really? Oh, you know what? I bet you if I leave. Oh my gosh. Just has to be that one mob. Gosh. Okay, then he just disappears. I'm so slow. Oh my goodness. Oh no. Oh no. Jeez. Let me exit this here. But yeah, this is my gear. I do have a pin Awakening Black Star. So usually I'm at like 314 and then like 408. But it looks like I got like 23,000 trash, 22,000, something like that, which isn't too bad considering I wasn't really going like super hardcore either. Yeah, because I'm pretty sure I like started out at what? What did I start out at? Let's go back to the live stream here at the beginning. 23. What does that say? 23,868. 23,868. 23,868. 23,868. Come here, horsey. And then minus 46032. So yeah, so 22,164 is what I got in 1 hour. So not bad. What artifacts you running? So I'm actually running XP artifacts. So I'm sure if I would put these on, you know, I would probably get a little bit more trash as well. But right now I just have the experience ones on to try to level up to 62, which actually I'm at 25%. Dang. Not Gratuga, but Gyfin's so good at leveling up. But yeah, I'm running these right now to get that extra experience. But once I hit level 62, I'll probably put these back on. Is that with level 1 is? Wait, is that with level 1? Level 1? I'm not sure. Is that with level 1? Sorry, I'm not sure if I understand what you're saying. 50,000. I can throw that away. Loot scroll. Oh, no, level 2. Level 2. Yeah, I always use level 2 because I have like I have so many loot scrolls, like kind of a hoarder here. Like how many like there's so many I have that I haven't even claimed. Like let's take a look. Like yeah, 199. Let me go ahead and just claim those. Yeah, and then if I go here, yeah, 450. That's not like I have a lot more elsewhere in my storages as well that I probably need to look at and find. But yeah, for the 22k trash, yeah, yep, yeah. The last hour when I wasn't streaming, I got like close to 24k. I think if I was like going like super hardcore, I could probably get to like 25. Do you ever do pit? Do you ever do pit? All right, what is pit? Do you ever do pit? What is pit? Pit of Undying. Pit of Undying. What? Hold on. Let's see. Oh, leveled up to level 2. What monsters? Let's see. Pit. Oh, wait. What is Pit of Undying? I'm going a blank here. Oh, it's the PvE thing. Little bosses. No, actually, I've never done that before, to be honest with you. Never done it. No, but I know you can get loot scrolls off that. Yeah. Yeah. Oh, you get 2 scrolls a day from that? Oh, I didn't even know that. Look at that, you teaching me something new. Menu or Pit of the Undying. Oh, you can. Oh, wait, you can just like teleport there? Oh, that's kind of crazy. What the heck? I'll have to check that out. Yeah, no, I've seen it before, but I've never actually done it. But yeah, I remember you can get loot scrolls there. But yeah, I've never done it. Maybe I'll have to do a guide. All right, homies. I gotta hit the sack because I gotta wake up in 5 hours. So thank y'all for stopping by. I'll probably stream again tomorrow as well. I'm gonna be going out of town here for about a week and a half, starting Saturday. So I'm gonna try to get it in as much as I can. You got to do the quest first. Ah, okay. Yeah, I'll have to do the quest then. Yeah, I'll have to look at that and see. Especially if you can just teleport there. I'm sure it won't take that long. But yeah, thanks for letting me know about that. Yeah. Yeah, I hope you have a good night. Thanks for dropping by, Kevin. Appreciate it. Yeah. Appreciate it. And EWGF, appreciate you stopping by as well, talking about some anime. Peace out, Stuva, PA. Appreciate it. Peace. Yep. Hope everyone has a good night. Thanks for dropping by. Oh, I don't have the right screen set up, but that's okay. Be right back. I won't be right back because I'm going to bed.